On today's video, I'm going to talk about combining work with pleasure. Today is day 269 of What's She Up To Now, where I share what I'm doing to transition from the brick and mortar corporate world to the online world of business and running my businesses in my bathroom for the most part. Today, I am not in my bathroom. I'm dressed because I'm going to visit my 99-year-old grandma with my sisters and my mom today. And that kind of leads me into how I'm combining work with pleasure. Today, I'm actually participating in a 30-day challenge for, it's called One Funnel Away, how to create your marketing and sales message for what it is that you want to offer in the online world, because it's an online software program that's sponsoring it. How you do this step by step, day by day. And their approach to it's really, really awesome and fascinating. It's actually backwards to the traditional way of creating what it is you're going to offer in the market, what kind of business you're going to have. And I actually can say it's the opposite of what I did the first time through, and about what 98% of people do when they're thinking about starting a business or growing a business or having a business. We think about products and services. Products, what can I sell? What can I sell? What can I sell? And that is the wrong approach. It's should be, and what they're teaching us through this challenge is, who do I want to work with, and what do they need or want? And what do I have skills and abilities in that I could deliver to them to help them solve a problem or satisfy a need or desire that they have? Very different approach, opposite approach. And even the way they're doing this challenge is the opposite of the way we would normally think about how we would create a product or a business, how we would do a business. And we're starting out, the first week is about offers and offer creation. Yesterday we did offer hacking. We went out and we found 10 different businesses and 10 different people that we wanted to see, what are they offering? What is their offer? And what's their hook, their story, and their offer. Next week, we're going to talk about story and how we tell story. I'm sure we're going to learn all about stories and how that influences the way we present our offers. And then the third week, we're going to talk about hooks. How do you get people's attention? How do you stop them in their tracks to get them to even notice or pay attention to what it is that you have to offer? And then the final week will actually build out our funnels or our process, our sales process for presenting what it is that we're going to offer to the world, the online world or the marketplace, or to our specific niche actually. We'll roll that out in week 4. So that is actually just the opposite of the way you would think about that. You would look at it. You'd think you would come up with your hook, your story, and your offer. And they're actually training us it in reverse. So it's a very paradigm shifting, awesome way to present the challenge. So yesterday was offer hacking. Today, how I'm combining business with pleasure is we're challenged to actually make a practice offer, practice making an offer for something. And it doesn't have to be with respect to what we're going to do. Like some of us, I've already picked what I'm going to do for this challenge. For this 30-day challenge, I am creating the marketing and the hook, story, and offer for a women's summit that I'm putting together. I just decided last week I was going to do a women's summit, and all of a sudden I had signed up for this and I didn't really know what I was going to do. And it became perfectly clear that that is what I need to do to get this done quickly and right. And the best way possible is by using that to go through this challenge. Now today I'm not going to make my pitch or my offer for the summit, although I probably will start thinking about that. Although I think that's going to come up in the next few days. So I might just totally do a practice one. And I was thinking about building an offer around this Pillsbury Doughboy. It was the first thing I grabbed when I was talking about the One Funnel Away strategy in my One Funnel Away strategy video. And I just grabbed this little guy and I thought, okay, for my ride in the car to visit my grandma with 2 of my sisters and my mom, I'm going to practice making an offer out of this guy, just a little product. How can I turn this little product that anybody could get on Amazon or anywhere else, because it would really be a commodity and everybody would look and compete on price. It's like when you go buy a book. I don't know about you, but when I go buy a book now, I go and I look on Amazon, and I don't necessarily buy it just from Amazon Prime, although I have Amazon Prime, so a lot of times I will just automatically buy the Amazon Prime one. But if you look, some books, and depending on the topic, I don't need a brand new book. I just want to read the material. So I might shop around and say, okay, well, where can I get this book for the least expensive, because a book is a book is a book, right? If I'm just buying a book, say I'm just buying this book, what do we got here? We got The Bad Girl's Guide to the Open Road. There you go. I'm sure somebody gave me this book because I'm not a bad girl. And I don't spend a whole lot of time on the open road, but this is a really cute manual and book, and I haven't read it yet. But say I'm buying this book. If I want to buy this book, I'm going to go online, and I'm going to find it, where can I get this book the cheapest? Because all I want to do is read this book or throw it in my car or have it as a gift to go on a road trip with somebody. Whatever the reason I want the book is, I know that who's ever selling this book, if all they're selling is the book is the book. So I'm going to pay the least amount possible. A book becomes a commodity. A product becomes a commodity unless you package it with other things to make it an offer. So I'm going to do a practice offer around this guy. I could do it around the book. Maybe I'll take the book and this guy. Maybe this guy and the book become an offer. I don't know. But I'm going to come up with an offer as my practice offer for one of these things in the car with my family, because they're the hardest people to sell on the planet. My family, from me, is the hardest people to sell on the planet. And so that's how I'm going to combine work with pleasure. Then I'm going to come home. I got a couple of interviews that I moved so that I could go see my grandma today. And I'm going to do my assignment for this One Funnel Away Challenge because it's exciting and it's helping me build toward my Women's Summit. Now, for the Women's Summit yesterday, in an awesome, and I'm going to do it in another group too, in a really fantastic women's group, I posted, and I'm going to ask the owner of another women's group that I love and I really want her to be part of the summit. I'm going to ask her if we could post that survey in her poll. It's a poll in her group to find out what are the biggest topics for women. I did a bunch of research. I think I mentioned this. I did a ton of research in this huge worksheet, and I pulled out, like, I don't know, 10 things that were the top performers in the basic quick strategy or the quick analysis that I did of it. And then I wanted to ask the people and poll them and say, okay, tell me right now, really, what is your biggest challenge, your biggest issue? You can vote for more than one, but tell me what they are so that we can get a histogram of them and we can see statistically, because I love statistics, what are the biggest problems, what are the biggest challenges? And I have an idea of what I know my biggest challenges were, but they're not necessarily the biggest challenges for people in their businesses, because we women, we have all different types of businesses. We have all different types of problems and challenges based on actually where we are in our life cycle. The challenges and the issues that I have now are so different at 58 than they were at 25, 30. When I was 31, and 34, I had my kids. I had my kids later because I was in corporate America doing the career thing. And so my 30s and my 40s were all about my family and making sure that my kids were taken care of and making sure that they were safe and secure and that they had everything that they needed. And so family played a much bigger role in my life during that period than it does now. My kids are grown. They can take care of themselves. Heck, they help me most of the time. So our needs and our desires change over the different eras of our life. Moms have very different responsibilities and priorities than single women or women like me that our children are grown, etc. So how do you mesh all that and make sure you're getting most people's needs met? And not the most people's needs, because I have a target audience, but my target audience for me personally in my business isn't the Women's Summit. So I am learning, and part of why I'm excited to go through the One Funnel Away Challenge with this is I am learning how do I apply all of the things that I know that I use in building my own personal business and my coaching business to a different niche and a different market, because the women's market is a different niche and a different market for me. And how do I make sure that I'm meeting their needs and giving them exactly what they want, not what I think they want, because that never works. So that is my day. I'm really excited about it. I always love to go see my beautiful grandma because, she's 99. How many of us have the honor of being able to interact with someone that has lived almost a century, a freaking century? That is just amazing. She was born in 1919, like the root beer, which is the only reason I can remember. And just think of the experiences and the things that she's had. She rode to school in a buggy, a horse-drawn buggy wagon they went to school in. So a kind of a different world that we live in now. So that's it. I want to wish you an absolutely fantastic day. Find a way to combine your work and pleasure, because if your work is a pleasure, you never really work a day in your life. I don't feel like I work, but My kids say I work all the time, but I don't feel like I ever work because it's so much fun for me. It's what I love to do. And if you're doing what you love to do, then it's not really work. It's just a part of who you are. And the more we can be who we really are, the happier we'll be. And the happier we are every single day, the better our life experience. And the better our life experience, the better example we set for other people. And the better example we set for other people, that's our way of making this world a better place. So go out, make it fantastic. Stay tuned for how I turn this little baby into an offer. I'm kind of excited. I'm actually excited about it because I think it's going to be fun, because the Pillsbury Doughboy actually has a significant emotional tie to my family. So I think it's going to be easier to turn him into an offer than for most people just taking a random thing and turning it into an offer. And since we get to offer it to a friend or family, this works out perfectly for me. It has got nothing to do with my Women's Summit, but the practice alone of doing this will help me to create a better offer for the women and serve them better in this summit. I'm going to make it the best Women's Summit ever. Ever. That's my challenge, because I want to make sure that people who participate in that summit, I want to make sure that their lives are positively changed and that they are positively impacted in some way, shape, or form for the rest of their life. That's it. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you tomorrow. Say bye. Bye.